We're back for another street food from around the world. This time we're doing Faikakai Topai. Man, I tried to pronounce that so many times and I'm hoping that it's right. Anyways, this is from the island of Tonga. From my understanding, they prefer not to be called a country but a kingdom instead. That's just from some of my research. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. It's going to be a dessert today. This is not going to be the simplest one that we've done so far, so I'm going to try and get this going. We've got our sugar here, and we're just heating it up right now. In the back here we've got water heating up. We're making these dumplings that are going to be drizzled or covered in this coconut cream sauce. So our water's back there for the dumplings. It's heating up. Our coconut cream needs to heat up just a little bit before we add it to everything else. Okay, I think our sugar's in a good enough spot, so what we're going to do is we're going to be adding in 2 cups of the coconut cream. Just a little bit at a time. That's half a cup right there. Reduce the heat a little bit. One and a half. And we're just going to stir this until we get to kind of like a caramely look to it. Stirring continuously because we don't want any clumps of sugar at the bottom or melting, that sort of thing. So, and I'm using a ladle because my spatulas are dirty. So, yeah. Okay, so been stirring for a little while, and I think we're about to the consistency that we want. It's not quite how it looks like in the pictures, but it's pretty thick, and I don't see it getting any thicker than this. It's, I don't know, maybe close enough in the coloring. I feel pretty good about it. I'm gonna try to... Oh, the camera woman is gonna be upset about missing this one. I might give it another minute or so just to see, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on the dough. Okay, we've got a few steps for the dough. First up, I put in here 4 cups of flour. Next up, we're going to do 4 teaspoons. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. There we go. And a tablespoon of sugar. We're just going to get these mixed in. Next up, we're going to do the last cup of coconut cream. And that was probably a little bit more than a cup. I might have mismeasured there, but that's alright. And then we're going to do 2.5 cups of water. The good news is that I can compensate some of that extra. Instead of doing 2 cups of water, I did 2.5 cups. I just did two, and I'm compensating that extra cream in place of that water. It should be fine, I would think. We're just going to mix this up. We don't want to over mix it because we want to keep it light and fluffy still. Just want to get it just combined. Okay, I think we are at the spot that we want to be with this. I think it's just combined and don't want to overdo it. Okay, our next step here is we're going to drop spoonfuls of our dough in here. And it'll be about 15 to 20 minutes. And we're going to put the lid on these so it, ooh, I don't like that. Well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I hope it's not too bad, but we're going to continue. 15 to 20 minutes, lid on, letting it steam. Maybe the trick is just bigger spoons or bigger spoonfuls. Okay, I think that's about enough. We're going to put the lid on and we'll be back in 15. Alright folks, 15 minutes, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty nervous about this. Let's see how they turned out. Yeah, that's not what they're supposed to look like. Well, that's, I don't know. I mean, the pictures don't show when they're fresh out, right? And they've been, I feel like no matter what, they're going to turn out something like this because they've been sitting in water instead of oil. So, I'm going to maybe let these guys dry out for a little bit and see what they end up looking like. In the meantime, I'm going to try one more batch. And then if that batch doesn't work out, what I'm going to do is add more flour. Okay folks, another 15 minutes. Well, I think bigger worked. And I did try one of the first batch ones and it seemed fine. But I'm feeling better about these bigger ones because we can chop them up to be smaller. And they seem to be drying out fine. And they have the consistency of dumplings, which is what this is just kind of like a dumplings with a sweet coconut cream syrup over the top. So I think we're good. I'm going to fish these out and then we're going to do a full taste test. Share some thoughts. I was saying earlier, I did give one of these a try, and it has the taste of a dumpling. So I think I did do this right. I'm just double guessing myself because I'm really unsure about it. But all in all, this turned out good. We're going to try it with the coconut cream, but let's get an action shot of the drizzle. And there is our coconut cream. We're going to just pour that over the top. And there's our Faikakai Topai. We're going to get a little taste test in there now. Delicious. This is an amazing little snack, dessert, whatever. The coconut cream syrup, phenomenal. Very, very sweet. We even used unsweetened coconut cream when making this, and it still came out incredibly sweet. Of course it did. It had 2 cups of sugar in it, right? All in all, it's a very chewy texture, as you can imagine from boiled dough. But if you, I know a lot of people really don't like that chewy texture that comes with some dumplings, but this is a must try. I think the sweetness of the syrup mixes so well with the dumplings. And you don't even really notice the texture as you bite into it. Oh, it's so good. If anything though, I have to think that a lightly fried version might be a little bit better. Though, I will say I still really like this recipe. So, that's another recipe down. Thanks for joining.